Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Chris. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a little bit about our sales process. For those who know, I'm a big proof guy. So here's an assignment fee of $18,000 that we closed on last week. This is a process that I'm using called C.O.I.N. And by the end of the video, you should know a solid framework of our sales process and stuff that's going to help you do cash deals and Novation stuff. So what we'll do is we'll show the proof. We'll show kind of like a call on how I cultivated the lead, and then kind of just show you the process from A to Z on how to do these things. This is going to help you convert. I love a good solid sales process. Whenever you configure that, you're going to be able to scale up. So you'll go from doing a couple deals a month to hiring a team out and doing things of this sort. So here's the proof right here. It's $18,000, which is really cool. And then here is actually our process here I wanted to go over. So we have something here called C.O.I.N, and I'll briefly go over it. So super cool. I love the Wolf of Wall Street picture, and it's really simple. It's a 4-step process. So first we're gonna do a cash offer. We'll offer a cash offer to the property. Usually we'll do 75% roll. Or 80, just depending on the market. So first we'll do our cash offer. After that we'll see, okay, cool, well, either they accept the cash offer or they don't. If they don't accept the cash offer, we need to see why. Usually maybe it's because of the price. That's probably like 80% of the time. Or maybe it's because of their situation. Maybe the offer works, but maybe we need to help them with movers or help them with whatever the case is, right? So then if we can't come up, if it is a price objection, then we'll start to introduce the Novation. So basically our Novation here is called the Equity Enhancement Offer. Basically we're able to inflate the offer to a significant amount. Let's say the cash offer that we put in for the property is at $100,000 and they wanted $150,000. Now I look at the market and I'm like, okay, cool, well, it's not going to work cash, but maybe a retail buyer could actually get financed the property, and maybe they're able to buy the property. So I look at the market, I see what's pending, I see what's for sale, and I see the way the property is as far as like the condition of what we talked about, and then we'll go ahead and make our equity enhancement offer. You want to steer away from things like Novation. Sellers don't understand that. Also, you're a real estate investor, so you should understand this process, right? Either you can do a cash deal or you can do creative finance, however you see fit. Like that's for you to figure out. For us, it's cash offers and our equity enhancement offer. So after that, then we'll introduce the equity enhancement. We'll go ahead and tell them like, hey, look, it doesn't work cash, but it could work for this. And how we do this is we actually leverage the open market. We're able to work with a buyer. This way you're able to get your price. We can make some profit. And then that way everything kind of glues everything perfect. Some of these sellers are going to be awesome, cool. I don't want to deal with the realtor fees, closing costs. That's for you to figure out. So that's your job to figure out. Some of these sellers are going to be like, no, it doesn't work. But this is what we can provide. This is our service as real estate investors. Now, these are some closing framework principles that we follow. In short, it's just all summed down to this. So this is just something just to pause, reflect on. It's going to be really cool, guys. Now I kind of want to show you guys kind of like the nitty gritty of things. So this is a property that was for $189,000. And yeah, so we put it on the market we got it sold for $205. We put it on the market for $210 and got an offer at $205. You can see these other properties right here in the same area selling for $235, $250, $224, $229. So we undercut ours by $20,000-$30,000 from what stuff is selling for and what stuff is pending. And so when people see a property in that area for $210,000, they're probably going to jump on it because it's like, whoa, this is a really good deal. This way, you're able to find an end buyer, that third-party buyer, a retail buyer that's going to get conventional financing, whatever the case is, or maybe you might even get a cash buyer at full asking. Who knows? For this one, we got a cash offer at full asking. It was a hedge fund that we've worked with. They actually put an offer on this one once they saw it on the MLS. Again, everything is pretty upfront with the seller. You don't want to steer away of trying to not be transparent. We operate with full transparency, letting them know like this is our process, this is the way that we're able to get to the price that you're looking for. If not, like, hey, no worries. We have this cash offer that we can perform on, or even assign. So I'll get into some calls that will probably help us out a bit. Let's do this.
Hey, Aisha.
Hey, I had to answer the phone. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, sorry, there's probably a little phone issue there, but I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. So, I have some good news.
Okay.
So, as far as the offers that came in, I, just got to working on this file. I told them everything. I sent them over the pictures of the condition. I'm sure you can imagine, we buy a bunch of properties, and whenever we see something like this, we're like, oh my goodness, it is so fresh. It's so much better than the property we bought with 20 cats and the foundation messed up. So I commend y'all guys, your family, for taking care of your property. It is a very beautiful property.
Most definitely. Thank you.
So we did get some offers for the property. I wanted to go over two of them. So
okay.
as far as the price, we can increase the price. We can do option one, which is our traditional cash offer, which is going to be the $185,000. Still, the covered the closing costs, title policy, just your standard traditional one. And then this one, it does qualify for equity protection program offer. Basically, what we can do is we can come up, and I told them about the what's going on, and this is not our first rodeo. We get into like little wars where people offer things like that. So I wanted to put our best foot forward, and this one did qualify for the EPP. The school ratings are good, and the condition is actually in well-kept shape. So basically, what we can do, we can come up an additional $20,000. So we would increase our $185,000 offer to $205,000. This offer, the only difference that we do is basically, since we're coming up an additional $20,000, we like to test the open market, and we just have our realtor work with a network of buyers after closing. So basically, if the person that we're going to sell the property to, if they wanted like a kitchen, or if they wanted, different colored bathrooms or anything like that, that's something that, they would align with us. So basically, we basically just, test the open market. And I think this is a good puzzle piece for y'all guys, because this is a way for y'all to maximize as much as y'all can, protect the equity in y'all's home, and then also work with y'all's time frame. The 205 definitely comes still. I'm not going to change anything. I want to be aggressive. This still would come with the closing cost and title policy. So y'all would net the 205. The only difference is if there's any mortgage, any back taxes or liens, that would be deducted from the 205.
Yeah. Okay. So for the 205, you all will basically pay the mortgage company directly their portion.
Correct. So once we get this process up and going, we'll get this open at title. Title will do their due diligence. They'll say, hey, Ms. Stevens, give me the information for the mortgage company. We'll order a payoff, and then the proceeds from the 205, we'll clear out the remaining mortgage.
Okay. Give me about 15 minutes to discuss with Camilla, and I'll give you a call right back.
That sounds good. I'll be here. If I don't answer, I'm probably on the phone with a.
Okay.
I'll probably be on the phone, but if I'm not on the phone, I'll answer. Just shoot me a text, and I'll give you a call back.
Okay, thanks.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right,
Bye.
Cool. So that was it. Explained it. And then we go to the 205. We get an agreement after testing the market, putting in the market. We get offers and one cash. We have to go for a renegotiation just to get everything good. I told her everything that was going on. The property needed a little bit more work than anticipated, so we originally stuck to our 185 offer. And yeah, everything was transparent. She knew what was going on. I told her, like, this is the, throughout anything, you're going to have to go through an inspection period, especially with financing or listing it yourselves. You're going to have to pay the closing costs or realtor fees. and yeah, just kind of like she was ready. We put a, got a photographer in there, told her that we're going to need some showings to show to some of the buyers, and then yeah, everything tied up in around that 30 to 45 day time frame, and it was pretty simple. What we did too is just kind of sent over some stuff from the community. You can find it here. So this is the agreement that we use. Boom. Either we can, tells it everything that's going on. Either we can, buy it ourselves, assign it, whatever, inspection period, EMD, and then also this part right here, kind of, it's a attorney in fact. So all this is, it just lets you, do their legwork on their behalf, sign on listing documents, list the property. Again, you're letting them know, you're being transparent. Either we can, be at this offer, or we can go this way. We changed our equity protection offer to equity enhancement. We just like the flow of that. But this is just, again, a simple process that y'all guys can use. Very, very simple. You can, convert a lot more stuff. And this is a process that's helping us, break that $50,000, $60,000 and get to that $100,000 range. And yeah, this is what's working, guys. I hope y'all, got some insight from it. For those who already know or don't know, I have a community, and it's an awesome community. We have a daily communication where we have a Slack. Also, we have weekly calls. So once a week, we'll get onto calls to answer any questions or anything like that, helping with sales, marketing, whatever you guys need. It's literally like a business in a box. So I hope you guys can check it out. Would love to get to know you, connect with you, and yeah, hope you gain some knowledge out of this video.